Okay, so I was just thinking, and s- it's probably the most stupid thing ever, but I was basically like putting myself in false situations, like just imagining things about like traveling and the way we perceive people like when we meet people. So what I wanted to say mostly was when you look at me, well, it depends on the person, but let's say you're in France or you're in a country which has a very particular climate considering the Arab population or people from Maghreb or just people from Islamic backgrounds or people who just have like they just have the Arab genotype. You know what I mean? So the first thing you're going to assume about me probably is that I'm Arab, or not necessarily assume, but it's like it's almost like an involuntary like mechanism, right? Like you see someone and you have this immediate response, as in like I need to labelize or categorize this person in a sort of way. It's and you know I was putting myself into like this kind of experience, and I said to myself, wait, so it would be the same for almost all like all ethnies, even white people, like even white people, bro. As in, I said to myself, okay, so let's say in a made up scenario, I go to Japan, and for some reason I stay there for like multiple years, let's say, and I learn to speak Japanese fluently, and I try to integrate myself. You know, I don't know. In let's just say I integrate myself into the culture. This obviously won't change what I look like, and even though if I speak perfect Japanese, I will always be to to the to the nor to the normal Japanese guy or Japanese woman. I will always be the gaijin, the stranger, and I will be viewed as a gaijin, which some cases might have positive bias, especially if I speak the language, because you've probably all seen like these channels on YouTube where basically guy that's not from the country starts speaking perfect language to the natives, and the natives are, oh my god, you speak Chinese so well, you speak Mandarin so well, etc., etc. But um, aside from all this language stuff, because the video is not about the language, it's about the way we like perceive people. And I've said to myself, wait, we might be fucking doomed as a race. And maybe it's just me being completely schizophrenic about this, but I said to myself, well, let's not think about ethnic backgrounds or races or like what you look like and what might be your fucking genes or what your ancestors looked like. Let's put race aside, okay? Well, it doesn't matter because there's always going to be something else. If it's not race, then you might look at someone and say, "Oh, oh, it's a man." Okay. Yeah. it's a man or oh yeah, this guy's probably a cis man. Yeah, he looks like he looks a bit weird, or it looks like he might commit some fucking feminicide, or it looks like he stinks, or he doesn't really take care of himself. And if we put the gender and the sex labels aside, there's always going to be something else, man. And that something else is always going to be a category. Example, let's put the woman and man label, or the sexuality label or the gender label aside. So no hetero man, no lesbian girl, etc. Well, I look at someone. Okay, so I don't have the permission to talk about race, gender, sex. Oh, well, that's just a desperate guy. Oh, he looks sad. That's probably a sad guy, like he lives a sad life or something. You see where I'm getting? Like that's just fucking that's just some basic shit I'm saying, like probably very basic psychology or sociology concepts, but I think it's pretty fucked up how like there's obviously going there's obviously need to be some sort of human nature or human essence in some sort. And I don't want to get like overly philosophical or anything, but there's there's got to be something about us that's like pretty identifiable and like proper to us. But it seems when we look at other people and when we try to talk about other people, it's always through the lens of a very thin category. Like, we never, it seems, when we talk to someone or when we see someone or when we even like perceive someone, it's never through the lens of pure like humanism or like human solidarity or like perceiving someone as, oh yeah, a fellow being that has the same human sensorial experience as me. We never see people like this. We never see people like the the very complex and paradoxical beings they are. Because and I don't know, this might sound like maybe too deep and or corny what I'm trying to say, but I really mean this when I say that like when you look at someone and you're trying and you look at someone, your reptilian brain is being a fucking dumbass because he's putting labels and he's just going to keep endlessly fucking you up putting labels even when you're trying to like deconstruct. Like, let's say you try to fucking put yourself in a fucking nirvana state and see someone and try to see someone for who they really are, or see someone but try to like break all the labels and just try to reach for some sort of human, like human essence. Try to see someone, perceive someone for who they really are. It's impossible. It's impossible because it seems like the sociological mechanisms beyond like relationships, which to an extent are probably really conditioned by the environment, the expectations we might have, the culture, the language, and all this stuff. This communication is always going to be biased towards something, whether it is a system, so let's say capitalism or a certain philosophy or whatever, there's always going to be a shit amount of bias, which leads me to the quite gruesome conclusion that it's almost probably impossible to talk to someone or communicate to someone or connect with someone in in a way that is deprived of any like past bias or any sort of construct that is influenced either by stereotype bias or environ- environmental. I don't know how to say it. It's environnement in French. Environmental environmental bias or constructs or whatever you want to say. So yeah, I think that's it. That's what I wanted to say. And yeah,